Now to the cackling witch herself, Joy Behar from TheView, whose jealousy is something to behold.
I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Here is Joy objectifying the White House press secretary, saying she only has the job because she's hot.
Joy Behar's sudden departure from TheView has left the media world in shock, leaving fans, critics, and even her co-hosts in disbelief. Known for her bold opinions and often controversial remarks, Behar has navigated through many storms over the years. However, this time, it seems the latest scandal may have been the tipping point. While ABC has remained tight-lipped about the exact reasons for her exit, speculation is growing that legal troubles played a significant role in her departure. A defamation lawsuit filed by Karoliine Leavitt, Donald Trump's former press secretary, is believed to have loomed large in the background. Many are questioning whether this legal battle was the final straw that led the network to part ways with the outspoken host. The controversy began when Behar made a comment about Leavitt that was widely condemned as both inappropriate and hypocritical.
Ever-empowering feminist Joy herself, everyone. And this is why, of course, she's on TheView and not working for the most powerful man in the world.
The View hosts have got themselves into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against: undermining women's success. Joy Behar stunned viewers when she said Donald Trump's press secretary, 27-year-old Karoliine Leavitt, only secured her position because of her good looks.
I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
The comment was bizarre, especially coming from Joy Behar, who is as woke as they come, and positions herself as a champion of feminism. This online commentator said, disgusting Joy Behar of TheView accuses Karoliine Leavitt of being hired only because...
During a segment on TheView, Behar suggested that Karoliine Leavitt's political appointment was not based on her professional qualifications, but rather because, in Trump's eyes, she was physically attractive. The comment immediately drew gasps from the audience, and her co-hosts were momentarily left stunned. The backlash on social media was swift and intense, with critics from across the political spectrum accusing Behar of reducing a woman in politics to nothing more than her appearance. For years, Behar has been an outspoken advocate for women's rights, frequently calling out sexism in politics, media, and entertainment.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Here is Joy objectifying the White House press secretary, saying she only has the job because she's hot.
Behar's long-standing advocacy for feminism made her comment even more shocking, especially since it directly contradicted her own views on women's empowerment. The backlash was swift, with hashtags like #CancelJoyBehar and #FireJoyBehar trending as outraged viewers voiced their disapproval. Even some of Behar's most loyal fans struggled to defend her, expressing disappointment over what they saw as a dismissive and degrading remark. Instead of addressing the growing controversy, Behar appeared unfazed, dismissing the criticism as just another fleeting media storm. However, the situation quickly escalated when Karoliine Leavitt decided to take legal action.
Because Karoliine would wipe the floor with you bitter banshees any day.
How well you can do your job, and the American people agree with that sentiment. So it's about competence, skill, and merit.
Rather than simply condemning Behar's comments in a public statement, Leavitt took a more direct approach by filing a defamation lawsuit. Legal experts suggest that Leavitt's lawsuit goes beyond just offensive remarks. It argues that Behar's comments harmed Leavitt's professional reputation. The lawsuit even claims that Behar made the statements with malicious intent, aiming to undermine Leavitt's credibility. As the legal battle progressed, ABC found itself in a tough spot. Although the network had previously backed Behar through past controversies, this new lawsuit raised fresh concerns that could complicate their position.
The president is focused on ensuring that the most competent individuals, the best and the brightest in this country, are in positions in this.
ABC executives reportedly held emergency meetings to determine how to handle the escalating situation. If they chose to stand by Behar, they risked a lengthy legal battle that could damage the network's reputation. On the other hand, cutting ties with her would mean losing one of The View's most iconic and outspoken voices. Behind the scenes, tensions were said to be at an all-time high, with staff divided on whether Behar had finally crossed a line that even her most loyal supporters couldn't defend. Reports indicated that discussions were already underway about potential consequences, ranging from a suspension to requiring a public apology, or, in the most drastic scenario, forcing Behar to step down.
Joy Behar may have your jobs because of wokeness, but do not smear a competent professional woman like Karoliine Leavitt.
What may have begun as a temporary media firestorm quickly escalated into a full-blown crisis for ABC. Then came the bombshell announcement. Joy Behar was leaving The View. ABC's official statement was vague, merely stating that Behar had decided to step away. However, the timing coming just shortly after Leavitt's lawsuit was filed led many to speculate that Behar's departure might not have been entirely voluntary.
With your nonsense, and don't lie about this being her first job. We know what you're doing there.
Many now suspect that ABC executives made the decision behind closed doors, recognizing that the combination of the lawsuit and growing public backlash made Behar's continued presence on the show unsustainable. Reactions to her exit have been mixed. Some viewers have celebrated her departure, arguing that Behar had long been given a free pass for her controversial remarks and that it was finally time for her to face the consequences. Others feel that ABC caved to pressure, removing one of the show's most outspoken personalities due to political backlash. This has sparked a heated debate about cancel culture, free speech, and whether Behar was unfairly targeted for her opinions. With Behar gone, questions are now swirling about The View's future. Will the network replace her with another fiery personality to fill the void she left? And will the lawsuit against Behar continue now that she is no longer part of the show?
The fact that Democrats have been labeling President Trump a to democracy for the better half of 10 years. Let's talk about how they have compared him to one of the worst mass in the history of the world, and that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden weaponized the court system and the justice system in this country against Donald Trump in an attempt to imprison him. He sat through a courthouse for 7 weeks this past year, and the Democrats were hoping he would go to jail for it. That is real political that has led to 2 heinous attempts on President Trump's life that, by the grace of God, he was able to escape, and he is here with us today. So yes, President Trump knows a little bit about political because he's experienced it himself. And talking about the tragic realities of war that Liz Cheney and her father Dick Cheney have got this country into is not political. It's talking about the reality of the foreign conflicts that the Washington, D.C. establishment have sold out young Americans to.
Some speculate that ABC may seek to settle with Leavitt to avoid further legal complications, while others wonder if the case will make it to court, potentially damaging the network's public image even more. The fallout from this controversy goes beyond The View itself, raising important questions about the accountability of media personalities and the consequences they face when their remarks spark public outrage. Can talk show hosts continue making inflammatory statements without facing consequences? Does Behar's departure signal a shift in how networks handle outspoken personalities, especially when legal issues are involved? And will this case set a precedent for how defamation lawsuits impact public figures in the entertainment industry? For her part, Behar has remained largely silent since her exit, leaving fans and critics wondering what her next move will be. Some believe she will eventually speak out, either defending her remarks or offering an explanation for her departure. Others think she may quietly retreat from the spotlight to protect her legacy. Whether Behar will return to television remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: her sudden exit marks the end of an era for The View as ABC grapples with the fallout from this controversy. The network faces tough decisions. Will they revamp the show, replace Behar with another bold personality, or adopt a more cautious approach moving forward? One thing is certain: The View will never be quite the same. Viewers, too, will have to decide whether they can continue to trust a show that has lost one of its most polarizing figures. So, what do you think? Was Behar's departure justified, or was she unfairly targeted? Will The View recover, or is This the start of a new chapter for the talk show? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates on this ongoing media firestorm. This story is still unfolding, and you won't want to miss the next big development. Stay tuned!